Why's it always seem?
First world problems. My grandma just commented on my Instagram photo. We are about to save some money, honey. Stop right there. Don't go further than this. Comment below which side you think is drugstore, which side you think is high-end. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a high-end versus drugstore makeup tutorial. I don't remember which side. Actually, I do now. We are gonna compare and see if there are dupes, if they are the exact same, so you can spend a lot less. I will let you know my thoughts at the end of this video, so keep watching if you wanna know which one I like better. When I upload this video, as soon as I post it, I'm gonna be reading your guys' comments to see which one you guys think, because I think this is so interesting. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave and hit that notification bell. If you wanna learn how to save some money, if you wanna get some exact dupes for high-end makeup, then keep watching. I have high-end over here, I have drugstore over here. Let's do this. So I already primed my face. I was going back and forth on the foundations because during the spring, I want my skin to glow more. I was trying to figure out what is gonna be a dupe to something that is glowing in the drugstore. So the first thing I thought was Pro Glow, Infallible Pro Glow. I know it works, I know it's good, I like it a lot. The closest thing that I found to being glowy or radiant that I have is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It comes in this little compact right here, and you just press this and it comes out. This is a lot lighter than the Double Wear, like this one, the one that comes in the bottle. This one's a lot thicker and heavier. This will give you more coverage. This one is very light, luminous, radiant. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this guy for my high-end side of my face. I'm gonna use my new Sigma sponge. It's like the 3D sponge. And I'm going to work that in with my Sigma Booty Blender. I always like to start off with just a light base of foundation. I usually end up putting on a little bit more once I'm done with my eyes. I just don't put that part in because this video would be very, very long. Now we're gonna go on the high-end side of my face. So I'm gonna use this Estee Lauder one. It comes with a little sponge. I can't use this sponge. So I'm gonna go in with this right here, and I'm just going to, okay, this is a different color. The other side's a little bit darker. This is tawny, that's so weird. Tawny's usually my shade. So there goes both sides. They both feel really light, but for some reason, this one feels lighter. Ooh. The Estee Lauder feels lighter on my skin. This side feels lighter, it looks lighter, it feels lighter, and I feel like the coverage is very light too. It feels a lot heavier on this side. If you're already very content with your skin and you just want a really nice, even, luminous skin tone, then this side will be like perfect. This one will probably feel a little too heavy for you. I would go with this side, the L'Oreal side, just because it gives me more coverage, but at the same time, I'm still getting that glow shining through. Still pretty good coverage without being full coverage in your face cake, you know what I mean? When it comes to these two guys, I will have to say I am going with this one because it gives me more coverage, but I still have that luminous glow to my skin, which I really love. Which one would you go with? This one or this one? This one or this? So the next thing that I'm gonna do is fill in these brows. Use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. On the high-end side, I'm gonna go with the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. So pretty much the same shape, same size. Let's start right here by the arch, bring it in. I actually really like how my brow just turned out right now. On this side of my face, we're gonna be using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. Start to fill this little guy in. Just brushing on this one, you really don't have to continuously brush back and forth because it's already really nice and dark. This is more of a warm tone. This is more of the ashy tone. I like both. Wouldn't mind using one or the other. To be honest, I think they're both really, really good. They do the same thing. They look the same. It's really hard to find a good brow pencil in a drugstore brand. I would definitely buy this. So the next item I'm gonna use is concealer, and I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover versus the Makeup Forever concealer palette. Let's test them out. Let's see which one is gonna work for us. For the L'Oreal, I'm gonna start to work that underneath my under eyes. The coverage is good. It is a little bit more of a drier formula. But I would have to say this is definitely a full coverage. If you have really heavy dark under eye circles, it works really, really good. I'm gonna blend everything else in with the Beauty Blender. So this concealer is very full coverage, a little bit dry. Now we're gonna try the Makeup Forever side. And I'm gonna work that alongside my nose, right in that inner corner. I'm gonna work it outwards. This one isn't as dry as the other one, but it also doesn't have as much coverage as the other one. If you don't really need to cover like a deep set dark under eye circle, this one's gonna work for you just fine. I like the way it brightens. It brightens up a little bit more than this one does, but this one just looks a lot more natural. If I have to choose, I like both of them. What do you guys think? Now we're gonna get into the eyeshadow. For the eyeshadow, I have the Stila palette. This is the Matte and Metal eyeshadow palette. It looks like this. It's really pretty and mauve-y. For the mauve and nudes in this palette, I found this palette right here, which is from CoverGirl. This is the True Naked Roses palette. It has those mauve-y nude shades in there, and those are the colors that I'm gonna be comparing. So we're gonna test out the shadow quality and see what we get. So the first color I'm gonna pick up is this really pretty light pink right here. This is called Velvet, and I'm gonna pick it up with a Morphe M524 brush. Work that all over the lid. I'm not gonna go up to the brow bone with this, but I'm just gonna keep it right on the lid. I really like the pigmentation on all these colors. I like that there isn't really any fallout when you put them on, and its quality is just amazing. I'm gonna go into the CoverGirl Roses palette, and I'm gonna use this pink right here. It's a very light, pretty pastel pink. And this shade right here is called Baby. Pop it on to the lid. There's a lot of fallout on this one. It's a little bit darker than the other shadow. I would definitely use some sort of eyeshadow primer before doing anything with this palette. This shadow is very chalky. Like I wanted to like you. I was rooting for you. The next color I'm gonna take from the Stila palette is Suede, this really pretty mauve, and I'm gonna start to work that into my crease. Take this deeper shade of mauve, which I'm very scared to take right now. So I'm gonna take some of this shade and the crease. Look at it, like it's all like settled right here. The shadows don't really blend well together. The next color I'm gonna pick up in this palette right here is this one. This is Retro. Put that right on the inner corners. That's a really pretty rose gold looking shadow. For this eye, I'm gonna take this shadow right here, which is pretty much the same. Let's work it in there. There's so much fallout on this eyeshadow. For the brow bone, I'm gonna take this shade right here. This is Feathered. So I'm gonna take this color right here. This is Almond. And I'm just gonna start to pat that on my brow bone. This side actually doesn't look bad. The colors are really pretty. They pretty much match except for the crease shade. I think it got really dark and ashy on this side. I'm gonna say this one is definitely a no for me. I can't handle the amount of fallout it has. It's not blendable at all. I mean, if you blend it, it's all gonna fall off of your face. This one, I like the colors, they are pigmented, there's no fallout, so I'm just gonna definitely go with the Stila. For the lower lash line, take these purples right here. This is from L'Oreal, this is their eyeliner pencil. I can't pronounce that, so there it goes for you. You know how to pronounce it? Let me know. This is pure purple. It's a matte purple. This one is from Marc Jacobs. So this is the matte gel crayon in the color Vine. Pop this onto the lower lash line. I mean the waterline, literally inside your eyeball. That is a very pigmented purple. It went down really nice. On the Drugstore eye, I'm gonna go ahead and use the L'Oreal one. A few strokes to get the color down on there. For sure, I'm gonna have to say this one goes on a lot better. Both colors are nice. This one's a little bit darker than this one. I actually really like how the shades on this eye are working for spring. So I'm not gonna say these are dupes because they're definitely a little bit off on color. They both have something different about them that I like. So yeah, this one or this one. For lashes, I have the e.l.f. lashes in Starstruck. And for the high-end lashes, I'm choosing these Lily lashes in Opulence. They're both layered out, wispy, natural looking, but we are gonna try these out and see if they're the same or which one is better. Let's see. Okay, wait, I'm gonna stop that. Before we go any further, I'm gonna bake under my eyes. So I have the e.l.f. translucent powder on this side. On this side, I have the Cover FX translucent powder. Take the Cover FX on the black sponge And then on the drugstore side, I'm gonna take the e.l.f. It seems like the e.l.f. translucent powder is a lot more fine than this one. So we're gonna let that sit there for a little bit while we put on our eyelashes. Battle of the lashes. The Lily lashes are a little bit thinner feeling. These are a little bit thicker. Let's just put them on our eyes and see what the difference is. Okay, so I definitely was off on the length because the e.l.f. lashes are a lot shorter and the Lily lashes are a whole lot longer and they're round and fluffy. They have a little bit more lashes in between the little spikes, and the little spikes on this side, that's it. That's all you get. I would spend a little bit more money and buy this one because I could wear it more often and I'll get a really pretty look out of it. Just by putting on the lash, it already did so much more for the look. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take off this powder. That was the e.l.f. side. That came off really fast. And now I'm gonna take off the Cover Effect side, which doesn't come off very easy. And I think I put too much because my under eyes are getting wrinkly. This side, it just looks a lot softer. This one is a good one, I use it all the time. I think maybe I used too much and it created these little wrinkles under my eyes, but this one looks very smooth. I would buy this. This is worth the money. I would buy this too, but if you're looking for a cheap translucent powder that is good, I would get this one. I'm actually really liking the drugstore side. It's just sad because I know that this eyeshadow is not gonna stay on. Next, we're gonna go into the blush. For the drugstore side, I have the Wet n Wild Color Icon in the shade Mellow Wine versus the Tarte Captivating Blush, which is one of my favorites. First, I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild shade and I'm gonna pop that onto my cheeks. I like the way it blends. It's pretty nice, I like it. I have nothing bad to say about it. The other side, I'm gonna be using Tarte. You get a lot of color payoff with just one little swipe on this one. Tarte Captivating is definitely my favorite blush for any look. This one is usually my go-to. If you want something that's a little bit more affordable for you, you're gonna get the same color with the Wet n Wild Mellow Wines. Ooh, I'm so excited for this one. So we are going to highlight our face now. The packaging is so beautiful. This is the Lancome La Rose Blush Illuminator. It's taking me back to before I was born. And we open it. I'm obsessed with this. Look how pretty this is. So I would definitely have to say that the Milani Strobe Light in #1 is somewhat of a dupe for it. So we are going to place that on our cheekbone. The luminosity is there. It's very light. It's a little chalky. It's nice for more of a natural looking glow. I'm gonna go ahead and try the dupe to this, which is the Milani, and pop it onto the cheek. You get more color payoff on this one. If I had to choose between the two, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna choose Milani. We are down to the lips. The first one is the Drugstore, which is the L'Oreal Collection exclusive. This is Laya's Pink. And then on the Highend side, I have MAC's Lip Tensity and Eros. They're pretty much the same color. They are very much the same. We're gonna try the drugstore side first. When it comes to springtime, I really like these bright, pretty colors. This is the MAC Lip Tensity. Oh shoot. Right away, one swipe and I'm done. It's a little bit darker than this side, but pretty much the same. You don't have to keep going over it to get that really nice vibrant color. Even though I know this side is gonna last and it's better quality, I really like the way this side came out. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs it up if you liked it. Don't forget to watch my other videos which are on that side of my box. And don't forget to subscribe. My face is in a circle. Click it if you haven't subscribed to my channel already. And that's it. I love you guys so much. I want you to know that you're amazing. I love you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, dollies.